The YouTube starting. Hey, YouTube, of course, you're always first right here on Cave Crew TV. Cave Crew Radio is going to be broadcasting live and recording for our new podcast any second now.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of being men.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clevin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Hey now. Hey now. Wait a minute. It is Cave Crew Radio live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on cavecrewradio.com. Those of you joining us live tonight, thank you very much. And don't forget, folks, we are on Mile High Radio over at milehighradio.com Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And also on the I-95 Sports Network Mondays at 9 p.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. Eastern. You can listen to us over and over and over again. We're also on that podcast radio network Saturdays at 8. Our numbers have been slipping. It concerns me. Folks, this is a big night tonight. Well, number one, we're going to have a lot of fun right off the bat. But this is the Choo Choo Mania preview show, and we'll be talking about that later. Scheduled to appear later on tonight is CJ Ripka and Choo Choo Stu will be together for the first time since this all started. So Thanksgiving night, 9 p.m. Eastern, folks, you need to be there. We'll clue you in a little bit. But as for this moment right now, I do believe I hear London calling. Stu, I love your new intro music. I gotta say.
Good evening, DK. Yeah, great little tune there. This is ChooChoo Stu, London calling, and fighting fit I am.
Yes,
and,
and just so folks know, because they're normally used to us going to Queens, New York, he is trapped in traffic, or he's being held ransom at the Statue of Liberty, or something. I'm sure we'll hear about it at a later date.
Yeah, I'm sort of upgrade working this week from junior intern to co-host.
Every once in a while, we give you that second fiddle spot. And,
exactly.
and not that Big B is second fiddle. I mean, he runs right along with me very fine. But yeah, you're in the I guess on Star Trek I would be James Kirk and you would be Spock.
Thank you. For 1 week only. Let's see how it goes, eh?
Well, you never know. You might just get your own Cave Crew Stu. I don't know. So anyway, before we get into it, we do have someone being our third guy tonight. We'll get to that in just a minute. But what are we feeling heading into Choo Choo Stu? I mean, this will be the first time you have spoke to CJ. Anticipation, butterflies, dread. What are you feeling?
I always keep myself in fighting fit form. So as you can see, I'm in shape. I'm ready, and I'm always ready.
You still got that Movember thing going on.
Yeah. I've got Movember going on.
You gonna play like Chris Kringle on the side at the malls, or?
No, I'm just been busy training. No time to shave, you know. And just ready for it.
You're gonna get us that damn half Christmas tree again, right? We're coming close.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. It's going to be coming out within the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. I'll keep you updated. I've got the box and everything else, all the other decorations up in the attic, and they will be coming out and dusted off. And that half Christmas tree will be built, maybe on a live video. Who knows?
Oh God, that would be awesome. And I'm wondering this year what I'd like you to do for me is track your heating bill. I wonder if or not your heating bill, but your electricity bill. I wonder if you're using half the amount of lights. Honestly, folks, a half Christmas tree. We talked about it in length last year during this time. And
I'm wondering whether I should have brought two of them.
Make one tree?
No, and put one somewhere and one somewhere else, and two for the price of one.
You could, yeah. You'd be talking to the blokes at work and shit, and you'd be going, look, you're all poor folk. I have 2 Christmas trees. I have one in the bedroom. The wife likes the bright lights.
She's actually bought last year in the sales, because we always go to the sales where they knock down all the Christmas decorations and cards and stuff like that. We bought some kind of tree for our driveway last year. So that's going to be unboxed as well for the first time.
You just railed me again here, because I was just going to go to our guest, but what the fuck is a Christmas tree for your driveway?
To be honest, it's
to amaze me.
I bought it 11 months ago, obviously, so I can't really remember too much, but it was some kind of it looked like a big twig sort of thing with lights on it. And somehow I've got to get electricity in the next few weeks out to my driveway.
Well, you don't have an outdoor outlet?
Not yet, no. I will have by the time that it comes to it, I'm sure. But
so you're never outside and you need electricity? Like,
I'll just run on an extension lead.
I guess. Okay. I don't know. That's England for you, folks. Listen, we got to get the show going. We got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Folks, I want to, once again, Big B on assignment somewhere. We don't know where. We'll find out about it. We'll update you as we find out. But filling in, also from pretty close to the big city, another co-host of mine. We used to do a show, and we got another one coming out soon. So keep your ears on, as we like to say. Ladies and gentlemen, from Yonkers, New York, here is producer Al.
Hello, guys. How have you been? Long time been on this show.
Yes, it's been a while since we've chatted. Poor Al.
I've never heard of anyone coming from Yonkers. Have you ever heard anything about Yonkers in your life, apart from Al?
Son of Sam lived in Yonkers. Son of Sam
lived in Yonkers. So, and also the biggest carpet company in the world back in the old days. It was the Smith Cochran carpet factory.
Well, I thought you were going to say the biggest carpet company in the world, Shag.
Nah.
Do you remember Shag carpet? Does anybody have Shag carpet anymore?
I went out with a Turkish girl and she had the biggest carpet I've ever seen.
Oh, boy. Nah. I like it. Keep it clean. Bare floors here.
Yeah, Brazilian wax. There's a good question for everybody out there. What is the hairiest woman? Where was she from?
Oh,
You said
man.
what, Stu?
Turkey. Yeah, I think it beats people
Turkey.
hands down.
I was with a Hungarian once, and I'm not sure which was hairier, armpits or cooch.
Did she have a moustache?
Yeah, the pussy. She was a real Tom Hanks. She was. Not
I'll
Tom
tell you
Hanks,
one thing.
Magnum PI, whatever he is.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Chinese women, no way. You think they're all nice and they have a nice carpet all over the place.
Well, they do.
I actually went out. I did go out with a Chinese girl, Heidi. And
why? So even here's the part I'm finding hilarious about this. You meet a guy in a corner store. You talk to him in a call center. Huang Li is always called Bob. And even when you're, so is this a girl you paid for? Hi, my name is Heidi. I'm fucking first generation Taiwanese, but
I've told you on here before. Her name was Heidi Ha.
Har.
H-A. Her name was Heidi Ha.
Double H.
And I haven't seen her for a long time, but yeah, I've told you about this before, but I went into her room, and when I had to put my clothes back on, I had to shake the cockroaches out of my jeans.
Or is she the one with all the bugs?
Yeah, she was the one with the bugs. But as far as hair goes, in my experience, a Turkish, I mean, what is it about these young girls? They're beautiful, but you look at their mothers and you take that as a benchmark as what this young lady is going to look like in future years.
They always tell you when you're dating a young and beautiful woman, and I'm sure it's the same for the men, right? But
yeah.
Look at their mother.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, it seemed funny. Look at her now, and you think, God, yeah, they were right. Whoever said that.
It is. It can be close, as long as the pretty girl does not turn out to look like her father.
Oh God!
Well,
right. I mean, it doesn't turn out to be a. Hey, before we go into the news, this isn't really news because I don't have any story in front of me. But I heard today that they're talking about doing like O.J. Simpson interviews again, right? And they're talking about what's her name, Jenner.
Oh yeah,
doing it with him.
That should be fun to see that happen.
O.J. Simpson. I got to find a podcast on that. That guy got away with murder, no pun intended.
Well, he served some of his time, but it wasn't for the murder.
I mean, going along that. Who's that? Who's the drag one? Who's the other one you just said?
Oh, Jenner. Well, I don't know what he calls himself. He used to be Bruce. He used to be
Jenner
guy.
To my daughter on her way home from school today, I went and picked her up, and she's saying, "Yeah, they've got she's got this guy in her class who's a drag queen. And he's like a 16-year-old boy. He's a drag queen in his spare time. She also has a girl in her class who's gender neutral.
Yeah, I don't get it.
How times have changed.
Well,
what is gender neutral? I mean, I know we've talked about it. What is gender neutral? What is it? I mean, it's like no gender at all.
Universe. They're one with the universe. But I remember we talked about it on the show here a while back. I had to take that course for coaching hockey. To be,
but in our days, we'd have a boy in the class who may be a bit effeminate or something like that, who was a bit iffy and possibly gay, although you didn't really know what gay was at the time, or I certainly weren't really up with it. And now it's all out in the open. They have like they have speaking groups where they chat and
well, of course
bring up all their issues.
Dude,
they've got student.
I don't know if it's the same in London, but they've got fucking parades. Like I think they have a whole week. And they're not just, like you said, gays or transvestites or lesbians anymore. And listen, I don't care. I always said for every gay guy, that's one less guy I got to beat to get the girl I want, right? Like, but they have like
it's just
T or whatever they call it. They have parades. They have you name it.
Yeah, I mean,
they do.
Yeah, it's fine. I've got nothing against it, but I'm just saying how times have changed. Like, obviously, in the last sort of 10 years since I left school. You know, from not talking about gays or anything like that, and now they, you know, now they have discussion groups after school for whatever, gender neutral people, for, you know, probably one for lesbians and one for homosexuals.
Like,
you know,
fucking
it's all
cracker,
good.
and you never know what toy you're going to get in the box.
I remember when going to high school and we had like chess club, we had book club. Now they have the gender neutral club.
Yeah, we used to play Dungeons and Dragons, man. Like the biggest thing, a fairy was a character in the game.
Exactly. You know, now it's like, it doesn't matter. I have a lot of friends that are the lesbian, gay, and transsexual. Hey, I don't mind them. They're really nice, actually.
Are they? Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Like
they're all nice.
He says,
just like all black people have good tans. They're all nice.
Well, they got burnt in the sun too long. That's why. But let's not go there. I don't want to get too racist.
Anyway,
anywho,
ChooChoo Stu. I'm checking my notes here. You have a new neighbor. And you were telling me about it, and I said, no more. Save it for the show. Tell us about your new neighbor that you just recently ran into.
So the past few days, I've been a bit nosy and looking out as I'm sort of closing the curtains in my bedroom. I'm looking out, and I see a fella leaving his car the other day, and while to leave his car, and I noticed him walking away, and he kept looking back and looking back. And I thought, he's looking back a lot at his car. Well, anyway, like, skip by a couple of days, and I think it was last night, I'm looking out my bedroom window again, and it's just getting dark, but not quite, you know, dark enough so that I couldn't see. So this guy's pulled up in the car, and I think, here's that fella that doesn't actually live right by me, but he's parking outside my house.
Close enough
close
enough to see him.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm
parking down the street and walking.
No, I'm just looking outside. I'm having a little vape out the window, a crafty vape out my window, blowing the smoke out. So anyway, the guy takes about 5 minutes to get out of the actual car. So I'm thinking, oh, what's he doing? So I'm getting more and more curious. So then he gets out of the car, and then he starts checking his tires. That's what it seemed to me. Just starts looking at his tires, and I'm thinking, okay. And then he starts moving his car up and down the road, only like by inches, a few inches here and there. He's not even turning his wheel, so he's not really getting closer to the curb. And then he gets out of the car again, and if you imagine the windows around the car, like on the doors, in the center of the window at the top, he runs his finger length of the window on each window.
What the fuck?
He walks around the car, and he does this line down all the windows. And I'm thinking, okay, he's checking that the windows are shut. And then he goes around it again and touches every single tire with his finger and walks round. And then I think, oh, like, this guy's got a bit of OCD or something. So then he gets back in the car. He gets back in the car, and he sits there for a while. And then he gets out again, and then he walks around the car. He does like a tour of the car all the way round, and then he starts walking up the opposite, the one way up the street, comes back to his car, checks all the door handles, goes around the car again, and then walks off. And it's like, have you ever seen anything like that? Sort of an OCD.
Is it just his car, or like have you haven't noticed him, like the way he dresses? You got to this guy's about 70 years old, 65, 70 years old, and until the last few days, I haven't even seen him before. But he doesn't live exactly next door to me. We're up my street, but maybe really pissed off with him doing it. Park his car somewhere else. So let me ask you a question. At some point, are you going to address him?
Well, I was going to last night. I was going to shout out because if I would have videoed it, it would have been too dark. I wouldn't have been able to get anything. But I was going to shout out, just leave it. Or I was going to, as he walked off, I was going to say, you've left one of your windows open.
Why do you park crooked?
Jack, my car jack, and sort of jack his car up and try and move it.
You're gonna have to watch this guy because I know you're on vacation. For the
What a
next
funny
week.
old world.
That does sound funny. That does sound funny, but I think he may have a mental problem. I forget what it's called. There's a special thing where they have to
Well, it's
count.
OCD, isn't it?
There's
Oh,
it's part of OCD, but they count, like they have to count up to 5, and they have to do lines like what you were saying, like that on the windows. I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean,
That's kind of like Rain Man.
Yeah, kind of. But
can you imagine? Can you imagine if his wife just says, "Look, oh shit, we've run out of bread. Can you just pop down the road and buy a loaf of bread?" How long that must take? And found out the ritual he goes through to get in the car. I've only found the one that is left. Can you imagine the checks he needs to do? That dipstick must be in and out, like up and down, like a fucking hooker's drawers.
And then imagine he's you know, oh my God, I forgot to ask her. I apologize about the dogs, folks. We're babysitting a dog. The people just got home. The other people that live here, they're not being respectful, and I apologize. But anyway, imagine imagine him looking. Oh my God, this loaf of bread is not cut perfectly fucking straight.
Oh, there's a bubble in the wrapping. I don't want this. Ew. Let me look around and then go through every single bread to find the right bread. Can you imagine that?
But we used to have this guy in my old house that we lived not far from a bus stop. It's like a couple of 100 yards down the road. Guy walkabout, and he would walk along. He would do like say 10 feet, 15 feet. And he would stop and have to go back. So for every sort of like 20, 30 feet he would do it, he would walk back 20 feet. And quite often when we saw him, he would be heading for the bus stop. So like buses would come and go before he'd even got to the bus stop, and we'd be egging him on. We'd go, "Go on, mate, you can do it. You can do it." Oh, yeah, it's funny. It's sad. It's funny, but it is sad as well at the same time.
I have to announce, guys, that my secondary.
Have you got any OCDs there, DK?
I'm having OCD right now because my secondary PC, which has the stories on it and shit, is restarting. It's going to cause me into great duress here. I have my notes and everything I need. It's 8% complete. So you guys continue talking, and I will hang out.
Hopefully not doing a Windows update like I did earlier.
Oh God, Windows update. I hate those things. Ugh.
No, this one
What
said
about you, Richie?
do an unexpected error.
What? It did? It was a blue screen?
No, it's rebooting now. It's just, you know, I'm on air. Don't worry, I'm here with you. I'm good.
I can see you, but there's one that's frozen up now.
That's the secondary one. That'll be back shortly, folks, if all goes well. So I can't do my story. I was good unless Stu, do you have it there, or Al? Somebody can read the C.K. Lewis thing. Hang on, let me. We're gonna skip the break, folks, because we're gonna kind of break into the.
I need to click onto the. I'm on dial up here in my kitchen. So.
All right, folks. DK is in duress. Al, do you have that pulled up?
Yeah, not.
I've got a headline here of Louis C.K. accused of masturbating in front of multiple women in New York Times expose.
So here's this dude. Now he's what? He's a comedian.
Yeah, he's a well-known comedian
apparently.
Yeah.
So five women have spoke to the Times about the comedian's alleged sexual misconduct, along with fellow. Oh God, my thing's gone here.
Okay, no one else's computer can quit because mine's gone right now.
my page just skipped a beat, like it's just gone down to the whole. But anyway, so Louis C.K. has been accused of masturbating in front of one, sometimes two. So on the phone when he's been talking or interviewing women.
Yeah, it says back in 2 female comedians back in 2002, he masturbated in front of them. Like they must have had a good laugh.
First of all, sorry, go on, DK.
Really quick before you keep going here. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play Big B's part here. I got a question. So he didn't sexually assault anyone. He didn't try and screw them or fuck them or, you know, he didn't grope them. He was more interested in just masturbating in front of these women.
That is correct. It doesn't say anything. He did, you know, it's not sexual abuse or sexual attack. It's misconduct.
But can you imagine, right? You're in your dressing room, yeah. You're in the green room, and maybe there's a couple of other artists. There's a couple of other artists there, and you got a couple of lady, and especially that they're comedians as well, right? So, stage, do you think? Do you know what? I'm going to get my dick out and start masturbating in front of these 2 comedians, because first of all, you don't want to be doing it in front of comedians, do you?
No.
You know, like
let alone anyone else, really.
No matter how confident you are in the size of your walnut, the comedian's going to take you apart.
Oh yeah, and we don't know who the 2 women are, but they could be well-known, you know, comedians. But they probably busted a nut on him so many times. You know.
So what was going through his mind? What was going through his mind that he would think maybe that these ladies want to see this? They want to see me doing this, and maybe we're going to all get it on here in there.
He could have thought that, but he could have just thought it was a joke. He just says, you know what? Let them make fun of me.
But it's not a joke, is it? I mean, it's.
Well, not for him. He's obviously like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, we all have fantasies and shit like that, right? Like we all, you know, everyone has a fantasy. If you're lying about it, you're full of shit. But what, like no better word, he gets off on this shit.
What if one of what was his girlfriend? Yeah. We don't know if it was one of his girlfriends.
Look, I don't think he had a girlfriend. No. I'm thinking this guy was probably turned down a lot. Like, what else does his story say, Stu?
Hold on a minute. Yeah, sorry, I had to cut it off because the video started playing.
You just hit pause. That's all you do. You just fucking pause it. Pause the video. Kill it.
If I didn't pause it,
computer is slowly coming back, folks. Just bear with me here.
But no matter what the story says.
Al, do you have the story up?
Yes, I do.
What comes next?
Well, then in 2005, a 4th woman, identified only as a production employee for the HBO Chris Rock show, said CK masturbated in front of her as well.
On the Chris Rock show.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the 4th woman.
Well, who was the 2nd and who was the 3rd?
I think further down it says Chicago duo Dana Min Goodman and Julia Wolof, comedians Rebecca Corey, Abby. I can't even say that name. Yeah, and CK collaborated and one-time friend Tig Notari all spoke on the record on Time for the Story.
Okay,
claiming made by those women. I don't know what the hell is going on with this.
I just know what's going on. This was part of his warm-up routine. Do you know a lot of people, they do, you know, they run through their scales and they do like throat gurgling, la 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 la, and all that.
So basically, he masturbates in front of them.
Yeah, I can understand it now.
So it's basically you have a choice. You're either going to throat gurgle or you're going to jack off.
Yeah, no, it's him. It's his routine. They just happen to be in the room at the same time, and he has got some kind of OCD where he has to masturbate during his warm up session.
Back to OCD.
Really,
Because
seriously.
he's got an OCD. He has to masturbate in front of women, or
That's
well,
a
he has to
sexual.
masturbate
That's a sexual
regardless.
mental problem. If you have to go out and he's a voyeur, he likes to be watched. I guess.
Yeah, but it could be watched without doing it in front of these people. So I think he has to do it
So you think
before
it's
he goes on stage.
So you think it's like the guy going around the car with the with the numbers and
Yeah.
so he has to
It
make
doesn't
sure.
matter. It wasn't the people in it
Where we're
that
going
turned
with
him
this,
on.
you're telling me your neighbor is like what's his name? So he's gonna next thing you're gonna do is peek out the window while you're sneaking a vape, and you're gonna have a fucking what do you call?
A peeping Tom with his hand on his Johnson, playing around, marking his windows with cum instead of his finger.
He's gonna be masturbating in the front yard. What's your wife gonna think of that?
Who's going to be doing that, me or this guy?
That fucking you just told us everything resulted back in OCD.
Well, it is, but I don't think this guy's my neighbour's going to be masturbating in my driveway. Or
Never know.
well,
He's got the same.
Although if I suggest he listens to the show, yeah, he might start doing it. But
we're gonna definitely have to hear back about the.
I think it's down to he's got an OCD where it's his ritual before he goes on stage. He masturbates, and he was just following out his OCD. His OCD was bigger than,
His OCD was bigger than the size of his cock while he was masturbating.
Oh, and I read a little bit more. Louis C. on sexual misconduct claims these stories are true. So he was doing it. He doesn't deny it. He
apologized as well.
Yeah.
So this is not a fake news story.
No, this is not fake news.
But will this be the end of his career? Probably not.
He'll probably fucking skyrocket after this.
Nah, not the way everything's going on in Hollywood, man. It's like everyone. I mean, seriously, they even got. Are you ready for this? Al Franken, who's a whatchamacallit? Is he a senator or something in the government? Is now being charged. No, he's charged with grouping. He's getting accused by like a few women. Now, that's in government.
What's in government?
This guy, Al Franken, who used to be on Saturday Night Live.
So I was going to say, Al Franken, the fucking guy on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, he's now in the government. I forget what it is. Let me look now. See, now I'm going to have to look. I know it's either a senator or a congressman or something like that. But 4 women came forward saying that he kind of made moves on them. One was
Al Franken looks like Poindexter.
Dude, he looks like Frankenstein. Okay, to me, he looks like Frankenstein. No wonder why the fucking women would be like, "Oh, get away from me." But there was one woman on what the heck it was on a USO tour. He made moves on her and actually stuck his tongue in her mouth.
I mean, when Louis C.K. gets into prison, wouldn't he have looked better if he'd have just raped them?
No, not in prison. No, you don't understand. That's a no in prison.
Just to show you how bad his taste is. This is a picture of one of the comedians he masturbated in front of. It looks like a man. That's that Oko Gunu or whatever.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Oh. That is a scary looking. Is that a lady?
Or is that a transgender?
It's quite possibly a transgender, folks.
Yeah, which just goes to show it just adds more fuel to the fire that he's got an OCD and he doesn't care who he masturbates in front of.
don't understand how masturbating and an OCD goes hand in hand. This is the part I'm missing in this conversation. I understood about the guy parking the car and all that shit, but what are you saying? He strokes his dick at a certain, rhythm?
It's before he gets. Well, probably he might do, 24 times or something like that.
What does he got to do? Caress the top of the head 3 times before he gets into action, or?
I can imagine that is the actual truth about it.
Oh my God. I don't know. It's going to come out either which way.
I totally believe.
I've got everything back. I'm happy again.
Oh, okay. Here's what the story goes with the Al Franken one. It says the Senator Al Franken kissed and groped me without my consent, and there's nothing funny about it. And that was 11 hours ago on KABC. CNN reported this 4 hours ago. A woman says Al Franken kissed her without her consent back in 2006 when they were on the USO tour.
Let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, again, let's look at Al Franken.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a senator from Minnesota, no less. So,
well, isn't that where Jesse, what's his name, the wrestler, came from? Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
And folks, get ready, because coming up your ass really soon is going to be Kid Rock and The Rock. The Rock and Rock connection.
The Rock and Rock connection.
Kid Rock and The Rock. They say that The Rock is going to run. You know who I think should run for president, and I don't know if many people know this guy. I know you'll know him, Al. Is CM Punk.
I don't think he no, I don't think I mean, he's got the clean lifestyle, but CM Punk, he's just a punk. I could see The Rock running though, but CM Punk, no. Actually The Rock actually put into his hand into the race now.
He really wants his hand in the cookie jar too, and then we were going to have a Rock sex scandal. Who's next? John Cena?
Oh God, no! Let's not even think it.
With all these sex scandals, it seems like, especially in the UK, there's loads and loads of sex scandals that have come out over the years and still popping their heads out even now. But it seems like, a little bit of fame, and these people have, seem to have all this power, and the women will do anything for them. And so it seems at the time they get, that they're, whether they're raping, sexually abusing, or masturbating in front of. But what stage in their career do they think it's okay that they can do that?
I don't know. Kevin Spacey came out as gay. Corey Feldman's been trying to tell his story forever.
Well, he hasn't just come out as gay, but he's come out as abusing 14-year-old boys while he's been on stage or
right. They also say Charlie Sheen actually abused Corey Haim, who was Corey Feldman's best friend, who, if you remember the Lost Boys, they were in the Lost Boys together.
Yes, I remember Corey Haim. He had a couple of good movies. But Charlie Sheen went cuckoo, right? He's on Tiger Blood.
I don't know what he's on.
I'll never forget that. I had the guy that won his intern contest on my old show, Double Talk Radio.
Wow, he won an intern with...
actually went out and hired a social media intern. He actually went on tour for when he cracked. Like, I mean, let's talk about Charlie Sheen for a minute, get away from this masturbation shit. He went cuckoo.
Oh, come on. He doesn't know if he's Charlie Estevez or Charlie Sheen, because Martin Sheen is an Estevez.
They're all Estevezes. It's just Emilio chose to keep his name. That's
right. And then his uncle, Joe Estevez, pretty bad low B grade actor. I mean, seriously, I don't know, man. When he went goo goo gaga, I mean, he got booted off a lot of shows because of that.
Estevez.
The forgotten
fucking Joe Estevez. I didn't even know that. That's going to come in handy one day when I'm playing like
Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit, or what's that card game? Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
so it's going to come in handy. I know it.
Well, Joe Estevez is the brother of Martin Sheen.
I really don't give a shit about Joe Estes. I really don't. I'm going back to masturbation before we get in. By the way, folks, you're listening to Cave Crew Radio live every Thursday night right here on cavecrewradio.com, 9 p.m. Eastern. Now on Mile High Radio on Sundays and I-95 Sports Network on Mondays. And of course, iTunes, Stitcher, Cyrus XM, all those places. We're there.
Choo Choo has just left the room.
You'll be back. Back to masturbation. I found this webpage, Ranker, and here are the most shameless masturbators. Thought we could talk about this for a few minutes before we go into our official contract signing of Choo Choo Mania, with or without the other contestant. Yes, folks, it is Al, the producer, filling in for Big B tonight. Number one here says, guy dies while masturbating driving. This is just across the creek from me over in Michigan. A 58-year-old Michigan man crashed his car into the center divider on I-75, in the wee hours of January morning 2016. He died after being partially ejected from the sunroof of his car. Police revealed that the man had been watching porn while driving without a seatbelt, and that he had been masturbating at the time of crash. Now, let's think about this guy for a minute here, folks. He is driving down a major highway. I-75 goes right from, Michigan to Florida. He is watching porn. He is not wearing a seatbelt. He is masturbating, all while probably going about 7 miles an hour.
One thing you've got to consider as well is his age. Right, he's not a 17-year-old boy. He's not a 20-year-old boy. He's 58 years old. Yeah. Do you think?
Yeah, listen, and that gives us hope that as we get older, we're still going to be able to do this kind of shit.
Yeah,
for yourself, I will.
At 48, I don't masturbate down a freeway. I've never really felt the urge to. Well, not while I was driving, anyway.
But I guess if you got one of these vehicles with those video players, you got Pornhub or something going on. Hey, maybe I don't know. But speaking of age, number 2, 81-year-old man tries to bang an actual bush.
Barbara Bush or George Bush?
It looks like a juniper bush.
God.
Connecticut resident Wallace Berg gave onlookers the show of their lives when the 81-year-old dropped his pants in public in order to have sex with some shrubbery. A neighbor filmed the ordeal, worst sex tape ever, by the way, and sent it to police, who eventually charged Berg with public indecency and second-degree breach of peace. The same neighbor confronted Berg during the incident and said that Berg covered himself with his grill cover and apologized. What? So he's walking out to a bush.
Oh my God!
Where does the grill cover come into this?
Is the bush in his own place, or is it like? Is he in like a nursing home or like one of those living assistant places?
What is a grill cover? A barbecue cover, like
I don't know if it's a
grill.
That's what I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming a grill of a barbecue. So he's going out. He's probably got a little bit of dementia. I don't know. I'm again, folks. I'm drawing conclusions on a very vague story, and here he is. I'm going to grab the grill in case someone sees me. Now I don't know about your barbecue grill, but mine has holes in it, so it's probably not the best. Why not a bath towel?
Well, I mean, the grill or the grill cover? Was it a grill cover or a grill?
Who has a grill? You're talking about the actual lid of the fucking barbecue?
Yes, because they have like
Wait a minute. Before we go to the next one. So he undid the lid of his barbecue. He's now got a barbecue without a lid on it. He's walking down the street. He sees a bush. He fucks it. He gets caught and he covers himself with a barbecue grill lid, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he has to cover his weenie or his hot dog.
All right, next.
If you were trying to have sex with a bush, it's like you're like trying to have sex with thin air, aren't you? There's nothing there, is there?
Unless the
there's
bush
nothing
has
to-
a little hole.
It'd be like that Turkish girl you had. All right, next up on the list, Jets tight end. The Jets, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, are a National Football League team out of New York, actually. Here you go, Al.
Great.
Kellen Winslow Jr. was not using Vaseline for that in the Target parking lot. First lesson about public masturbation is don't. Just don't. That's the only lesson actually. New York Jets tight end Kellen Winslow Jr. never taught this. As a 58-year-old woman allegedly found the athlete in a Target parking lot in New Jersey in November by himself with the windows down. It's all these little side notes that kill me. It intrigued the woman, and she went to the window for a chat.
I'm sorry, but I don't think
Suddenly,
so.
her attention turned from small talk to
Well, I guess not so small talk, huh?
something that only mummies and daddies do, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll see. Mhm.
Oh, fuck. Kellen Winslow Jr. And then the last one, Fred Willard. He was one of the authoritarians. Am I saying that right? In movies like Best in Show and A Mighty Wind. He was calling what one does at a Los Angeles XX movie theater. The police arrested Willard for lewd conduct and transported him to jail. Since the news of his arrest went public, Willard has since been fired from his current job on the public broadcasting system.
Wow. Oh my God. PBS.
He's following in the path of LeVar Burton.
No, he's following his Pee Wee Herman type of thing. What's this one?
All right, there's one last one here, folks. Viral video activists found masturbating and vandalizing cars. Where do they come up with these combinations? Jason Russell, the co-founder of Invisible Children, the company who has made headlines recently for their viral video, Coney 2012, was found running around naked and making lewd gestures on a busy intersection. Of course, don't do it like me and whack it in the shower. You're at a busy intersection, vandalizing cars and whacking Wally.
Yeah,
Right.
but they said the police took him in custody, but did not take him in jail as he was obviously on some substance.
It's only in America, really, isn't it?
Yeah, notice these are all in the United States of America. And the other thing is, like, you don't have to tell me that they're obviously on a substance. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
Oh, just want to let you know, number 6, if we had had time, was Pee Wee Herman.
Well, go ahead and tell us. We're killing a few minutes before we go into the contract signing.
But these weird things happen in America. And then after a couple of years, they'll end up in Canada and they'll end up in the UK. And after a couple more years again, they're just the norm. We'll be walking down the road. Yeah, there's a guy masturbating. Yeah, he's at the crossing.
Hey, there's a transgender bathroom.
Yeah.
Fuck.
After a while, they just of course, yeah. What you don't have masturbate? We'll have family from Finland coming over, and just ignore that bloke. He's masturbating at the crossing. It doesn't matter.
So they don't do that kind of thing in Finland. But I thought they were famous for going naked and doing those saunas and all that shit.
Is
They
it
do, but
Finland?
they don't masturbate in public. Yeah.
That you haven't seen.
All right, now listen, before we bring in our guest and go to the major part of this, what this show is all about, Big B says he just got in, folks, and he is too drunk to come on here. So it's okay, Big B. We have Al here covering you tonight. I got to tell you, we talk about these crazy friend requests and shit. And I don't want to do a story or anything, but I just got one who lives in my city, and his name is, if I can pronounce it, Awatev Abladaziz.
Say what?
That sounds like a real person. All right, folks, here's what we're going to do. We do have our scheduled guest here. I'm going to bring us into this situation before we actually go into it. A couple of weeks ago, ChooChoo Stu was away on assignment, and we had a special guest come on the show, a great friend of ours, the bad guy from Bogota, CJ Ripka. And I don't know how this all got started, but, fingers were being pointed in every direction, and chit-chat started. And, it's always the guy that's not in the room, right? And it got on to ChooChoo. And I just felt the heat coming, and Big B came up with this great idea that we weren't going to take this to Urine Stench Alley this time, the highest court of Urine Stench Alley. We were going to do something different, and he named it Choo Choo Mania. And I think why he did that is because our guest audio was going in and out that particular night. And those of you that have been around us long enough know that used to happen to Stu all the time. And then the next week, we had Stu back, and he addressed the challenge that was before him. There's live videos being shared on the Cave Crew Radio Facebook group. There's banter going back and forth, and it just kind of all blew up before our eyes, ladies and gentlemen. But Choo Choo Mania is it is exactly 1 week away on American Thanksgiving at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Cave Crew Radio. It will be rebroadcast to I-95 Sports Network on the following Monday in Mile High Radio. That's Sunday, so it'll be all over the place. So,
just want to check: is this pay-per-view event?
No, we're giving this one for free, and I don't know that we should. So anyway, folks, let me play this little thing. We've got a special in-ring announcer and everything for this, and then we're gonna go, and I'll explain what's gonna happen over the next half hour or so here.
Good evening, everyone. This is Albert, the announcer. Tonight, we are holding the contract signing for the first ever Choo Choo Mania, taking place live November 23rd, Thanksgiving night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Live only at CaveCrewRadio.com. Prepare for a gauntlet of epic proportions. Before our signing tonight, we are going to lay out some ground rules for our two competitors. Ladies and transgender friends, this is not something to take lightly. Our two competitors will be tested in several events, and we wish them the best of luck. One thing is for sure, our competitors will not leave the same as they entered. The rules are simple. Our judges, His Honor, Sir Big B, the Duke of Urine Stench Alley, and the magistrate, the man of 100 names, DK. Now, as we prepare to sign the contracts, each competitor will be given exactly 5 minutes to state their case. First up, representing Saloon 7 Studios from Rapid City, South Dakota. He is the Bogota bad guy, CJ Ripka. And now, our second competitor from the old country, from London, England, the most interesting man in the world. He is the artist known as Choo Choo Stu.
Wow. Not only is he Al the producer, he is now Al the announcer. And ladies and gentlemen, here's our first secret of the night. He is going to be announcing every single event next week.
Here's the ringmaster.
It's been a showstopper, and I do have to tell you, just a little ha-ha here, is that audio quality and being in the video will be part of the judging. CJ, are you here?
Maybe he was there for a while.
You know me.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
What is going on? No video, but we got audio. Oh,
I'm right here, bitches. How y'all doing? It is the bad boy from Bogota. Cut the fucking music. What's happening, boys? How y'all doing?
We're doing great. Now, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go 5 minutes each, folks. Choo Choo Stu and CJ Ripka squaring off next week in the first ever. I might even be the first ever in podcasting and internet talk radio. And I'm gonna give you the list of the ingredients that you're gonna need for next week.
Oh shit, we got ingredients. Well, I'm not much
ingredients and props. Big B and I have been collaborating very closely. And I can see that the Choo Choo CJ disease is really rampant right now because now Al dropped out of the fucking call.
Nope, I'm here. I don't know what the hell happened to there.
I'm gonna give Choo Choo Stu the home field advantage here, and I'm gonna let you go first, Stu. Now you've got 5 minutes.
That's not an advantage. I would rather go second.
You want to go second? Oh, okay.
Let's see what he's got. Let's see what the man's got. Yeah?
I'll give you the coin flip, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, 2 weeks ago, CJ was here without Stu. I don't know how this all happened. 5 minutes, guys. It's 9:55. You got till 10 o'clock, CJ. Try not to scream so much so we can hear you. And let's hear what's going to go down next week.
Well, if you guys remember last week, I came out here on a Thursday night in a response, and I had a special guest. His name was Choo Choo Blue.
Yeah, Choo Choo Blue.
he basically said that he has no chance against me. He says, I should concede right now because there is absolutely no way that I could come out here and put my best foot forward. We know that you've been around the world. I mean, and when I say around the world, I've been around the world. Every lady knows CJ Ripka. Let's just put it like that. And well, we're going to have a lot of fun with this because I'm not scared at all. As you can see, I'm training right now. I'm training for this epic battle.
Oh, he's got the light beer. He's trying to shed some pounds.
I'm in training right now, so I had to switch it over. I had to go from the IPAs down to the light beer because I don't want to come in looking all, looking like Choo Choo Stu, and I in the best shape of my life, and that's not round, and that's with a full beard, with a nice sculpture to it. I can't come in looking like, who? And, I just thought, hell, I'd come out here. I'll grace you with my presence. I will bless you with my contract signing abilities to put my name on the dotted line and go toe to toe with someone. Might not be Choo Choo Stu because I'm sure he's going to back out before next week. I'm pretty confident in that. But it doesn't matter who you put in front of me. Doesn't even matter. Choo Choo, you're going to be a great warm-up. I have a feeling that this is going to go on and on and on. And once I win that title, once I take that title home with me, and once I hang it up on the wall and we look at all the great accomplishments that, the great accomplishments, because people, men who actually work with their hands, they have these things called tools, and we know how to use those tools, and we know when to use those tools to actually fix the things that need to be fixed. And I think
masturbating was the last segment. You're late.
Hold on. I did get a present for Mr. Choo Choo Stu.
Uh-oh.
What's
I got a present for him. Where'd it go? There it is. There it is. It's a bottle of anal lube because I think he's gonna need it. I think he's actually gonna need this, and I'm pretty sure that I know what you're thinking. You're wondering why the hell is it half full? Well, I told you. I told you. I've been around the world. I don't know. So, but I got Choo Choo Stu a special bottle of lube. Sorry, when the last time I was in the UK, I used about a third of it. It just happens. People can't help but wanting a little bit of something, if you know what I mean. Anyways.
All right. So you've had your 5 minutes, and we'll open up questions in a little bit, LD announcer. Let's give Stu 5 minutes. Now, Stu, you also have provided me with something, so you tell me when you're ready. But over to you now for 5 uninterrupted minutes. And I just want to say that I was once a guest on Terra Firma, and I think it's called the Haver. I call it the Haver. And I always wondered where Ripka kept putting his fucking hand, and that's why the fucking anal lube is half empty. Over to you, Stu.
Well, first of all,
that's
scared.
A fucking good one.
First of all, you've had your say now. Keep your mouth shut. Right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't be there on the show, but I was listening to the download, and this guy's giving it all the mouth, along with Big B, slagging me down when there was no way that I could come back and defend myself. So, right, you're talking about titles. Choo Choo Stu is one big title. I've already got that title. And now, where would you put this in your shed, this title? Now, what have you got there? You said you got a man has got the toolbox. The biggest tool in that shed, I can see it, and it's quite blatant. There's only one tool in that shed, and it ain't in that toolbox, because that toolbox is fucking empty. So there is a big tool there. And as far as going around the world, I've been around the world. This guy goes around the world every week. On Monday, he orders in a Thai. On Tuesday, he has Chinese. On Wednesday, he has about 4, 5, 6 burgers. On Thursday, he goes for an Italian and shoves his face with pasta. I can see how you can get around the world. In a month, you can probably do multiple countries. Is it CJ or DJ? I haven't quite grasped yet. So, yeah, I'm quite up and ready for this this battle or whatever it may be. As you can see, I'm also fighting fit. I haven't had time to shave either, DK. But CJ.
So he's not the masturbating comedian.
I haven't had time to shave either, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that I've sculpted my beard. You put on your leather jacket, yeah, and I haven't got a 50cc motorcycle either.
Now, so he's got his combat vet's coat on. Now, Stu, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Does that mean he looks after animals or something? He sort of helps.
You did send me a clip, so you got to tell me when. What is?
Well,
this?
Obviously, we can play that. I think he's masturbating into his toolbox at the moment with his.
He's got his back to us.
Something about animals on the back. He's combating veterinarians. It's something to do with animals. Veterinarians, yeah. But anyway, DK, if you could play my little clip, please, as well.
Yes, folks. Choo Choo Stu. Again, each gentleman had 5 minutes tonight. So, Choo Choo Stu has sent along a clip here. So let's hear what this is.
Who you're looking at now? Take a look at me. A bit of a knob, I may be, but I belong to royalty. I'll tell you how it came about. I'll send a message to DK. I'll name you Choo Choo Stu, he said. Now go on your merry way. Now I'm Choo Choo Stu, I am. Choo-choo Stu I am. I'm part of the Cave Crew show. Who says CJ Ripka where nobody knows? Everyone loves a choo-choo. They wouldn't have a CJ or a Sam. I'm the only one, I'm choo-choo. Choo-choo Stu I am. Now I'm Choo-choo Stu I am. Choo-choo Stu I am. And I'm part of the Cave Crew show. Who's CJ Ripka? Nobody knows. And everyone loves a choo-choo. They wouldn't have a CJ or a Sam. And I'm the only one, I'm choo-choo. Choo-choo Stu I am. Choo-choo Stu I am. Choo-choo Stu I am.
Oh my God, you put a lot of effort into that.
I don't think CJ listened to it because it was.
I'm sure he heard it. I think they heard that around the world. All right, guys. Now, no more nastiness, no more meanness. Let's all get along. We'll open up the floor in a few minutes, Al. I know you've been out in chat for the past 2 episodes, so you've heard both of them. You know what's going on.
Yes, I do.
That song, by the way, folks, will be uploaded and made available. Choo Choo Stu, I am. I have to say.
I just want to know what happened. Do you know? I mean, I've only ever seen one video of CJ, but I've seen many of clips flying by on Facebook, and there was this clean-cut guy, almost like a college guy, that you could take home to your mother.
Well, he was like a guru. He used to be
now he's turned into this gay biking guy who likes showing his ass, and suddenly he's got a 20-a-day smoking habit. Where did that all come from?
I don't know. He's intense. He's looking intense over there.
He's drinking like it's going out of fashion.
Now, listen, though, I have to get to a few things in between you guys bantering. You guys can do Facebook Lives and kill each other. But one of the things that we're going to judge on is going to be video audio quality. And you're both bringing it tonight, which is very impressive.
Yeah. I'm sucking my neighbour's internet tonight. So, yeah. Should be quite
sucking what? You're sucking his internet? What? That doesn't sound right.
Guys, here's what's going to go on. Just you guys probably don't even really know, and you're not going to know the details until next week. There's going to be a list of ingredients you're going to need, but we have so far 7 events. Like the whole 90 minutes of the show is going to be dedicated to this. Al, the producer, is going to be Al, the announcer, and he'll be back by then. Him and I will be the sole judges. There's things we always do on the show. Might be a prank call. You might be asked to read a news story. You might be asked to sing. Who knows what you're going to be asked to do? But here is the list of ingredients I have been given to by the committee. So get yourselves, write this down. You are first of all going to need a 12-ounce bottle of beer. The committee says it cannot be a can because I don't know why. It has to be a bottle.
12 ounce. Okay.
12 ounce, whatever they come in, wherever you live. Just a good bottle of beer. Okay. It's a real bottle of beer. You're also going to need 1 raw onion. You're also going to need a bottle of hot sauce.
Any kind?
It can be any kind. You can Japanese, Chinese, red hot, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, you let me know what you're bringing to the table and I'll match you.
Okay, I like this. And then a paper and a pen. So I'm imagining there's going to be trivia. There's going to be some things. And I don't think you're going to need that onion or the hot sauce unless you fuck up.
Is he going to need his anal lube?
Well,
that's yours, buddy. It's already stamped. It's already on its way to you, man.
I'll tell you what. If you get any butcher, you're going to need that because I'm going to be popping around there, mate.
Let's add a bottle of lube into the situation because maybe we'll have like a bonus round. No one is going to get hurt, guys. No one's going to get hurt. You may be a little tipsy. You might have burning mouth. I don't, you're definitely not going to want to go to bed with your wives with the raw onion. But that was Big B's idea. I have no idea what that is for. Al, do you have any questions that you want to? I mean, you saw this. You saw the fallout. You witnessed CJ here all by himself. Then the following week it was Stu. This is the first we've had these guys head to head. What do you got?
Well, I can say one thing. They're beginning to look a lot alike. You can see the beard. Come on, look at it. I mean, who started the beard first?
Do they both look like Turkish pussies? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about Turkish pussies. They look more like a bush that what is it? An 81-year-old man has to go and visit it.
Oh, the juniper bush.
Yeah, the juniper bush. Yeah.
Now, do you guys? I mean, CJ, do you have any questions? I mean,
sorry, just let's go and do some push-ups.
Oh, you stick to that, guys. Look, we're not going to ask you to do chin-ups. There's nothing heavy. There's beer, onions, pens, and hot sauce, and perhaps.
Yep. Oh, and don't forget to be or not to be.
Oh yes. You mean take the bait? Oh, I see what you're saying, to be and not to be. Don't give that away yet.
What did I say? I didn't say anything.
Look, guys, it's a test of skill. All the skill things that come in on Cave Crew Radio, which is what you guys are fighting over right now. So go back and listen. What have we done? Things we do. You're going to be asked to do it, and you're going to be asked to shine.
I got to admit, though, I do that old Stu guy, and he just started getting off on. It's pretty bad. After everything that to hear everything came out of his mouth, it's fucking amazing. I miss the old Stu.
Yeah, and I must admit that I agree with everything the guys.
That is the worst part of all the shows, is me trying to fucking figure out the end of your sentences. That is a direct hit on me, nobody else.
Yeah, I got to admit it though. Since Stu stepped up his game and started stealing the neighbor's Wi-Fi, he's not as lovable anymore, and the audience knows this. The audience sees the same thing. The audience wants to see the great one take down Stu because they're sick and tired of not being able to laugh at his misfortunes.
You guys will obviously have the chance to witness this, and I'll tell you, folks, I'm a big fan of my own show, or I wouldn't still be doing it. But we love what we do. We have a good time each and every week. But I have never anticipated a show like I am anticipating this one. 90 minutes. Big B and I are sitting there with our, what do you call those hammers the judges have, and fuck it.
It's a gavel. Maybe you should be maybe you should be taking the trivia. Maybe you should be part of the trivia questions.
I don't have the balls to do what you guys are about to embark on. This is like climbing Mount Everest.
All I know is someone is going down, and it ain't me.
Well, this is going to be, guys. This is going to be the live stream, the podcast, the talk radio, whatever you want to call it, version of climbing Mount Everest in bare feet with blisters.
We can all wear leather vests or whatever, but at the end of the day, this guy's going down. You can wear your leather hat, your leather singlet. It's very attractive, I'm sure, to some communities.
Choo-Choo, ain't Mankinis big over in the UK? Aren't you the Mankini guys?
I don't know.
It's a Mankini. Speedo?
We probably are. We're quite big into.
And you guys, you brought up that whole thing about transvestites in America starting all these weird trends, but I got 2 words for you. 2 words. Boy George.
I wanted to ask about that too, guys. Now that you're bringing that back up, I don't mean to get off subject here or anything, but Stu, you were talking about that. We were talking about Lewis there, and you were saying that's big. Is there ever anything from the royal family that like Prince Harry was caught whacking in the garden, or
well, if anyone ever was going to get caught whacking in the garden, it surely would be Prince Harry.
But then again,
looks like a walker.
Royal jerk off, folks. I mean, doesn't he have people to do that for him?
Yes, could you imagine the royal family?
Hey, I'm even royal hand.
Yeah,
royal hand.
If I was a royal, I would definitely be dinging my bell first thing in the morning, and my little handmaid would be trotting in and doing their stuff.
Yeah, like who gives a shit about who wants a maid or somebody bringing you your food? I'll go to my own fridge. I'll cook my own steak. I want to ring the bell and have somebody come whack me. I'd like the guy with the big hands today, please.
You're the only one of all of us who said I would like the guy with the big hands.
And
at least you said the maiden. The maiden. The only dude that said I want the guy with the big hands.
We are transgender friendly after all. No, but it would be great. We're all getting a little older, but you wake up with that morning Woody, and it'd just be nice to ring that bell. And
hey, DK, you know what torque is?
No. Well, it's something to do with an engine.
No. Torque. Actually, Galileo figured this out. Torque is when you have morning wood and you're standing in front of the toilet and you press that thing down and your heels come up off the floor. That's torque, baby.
I'm sure. You know what? I actually made my wife move out of this one apartment we had because every time I walked backwards to pee, I'd fall in the tub. Seriously, though, guys, I don't want you to skip. I want you both to verbally together now. Do you accept whatever comes before you? I promise no physical harm. But do you accept the challenges that await you in Choo Choo Mania next week?
I accept.
Okay. Choo Choo Stu?
Absolutely. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
To me, that's
fighting fit, as I said, and bring it on.
That's the live stream version, folks, of signing a contract. As I said,
throw the best of America that you've got. Yeah.
Yeah, America versus England, Choo Choo Stu versus the Bogotan bad guy, Cave Crew Radio's creative geniuses creating these events. Oh,
anywhere, anytime. I'll even stay up till 2:00 in the morning if I need to. Oh yes.
Have you been watching wrestling the past week? Because you're really sounding like
Who are you talking to?
Choo Choo, he's doing this wrestling cut. Oh, I'm ready anytime, any place. I'm hard as steel. I'm gonna go punch a dead bull.
He's probably a footy fan.
But guys, I do want to assure you, it's gonna be an absolute Cave Crew Radio fun. Yeah, we're gonna push the envelopes. No one's gonna get hurt. No animals will be maimed. Reputations may be soiled.
I just showed my ass. How much more soil could they get?
Now, Albert, you have been brought in with a very special job. You are going to be the Choo Choo Mania announcer. How does that make you feel?
Like I'm going to Choo Choo Mania. That's how I like it.
Even Al does not know the events yet. He will not get his script until moments before the event. It's top secret, ladies and gentlemen. We have by the way, go over to our Facebook group, Cave Crew Radio. Very fun place to just hang out all the time. We have an event there, which is Choo Choo Mania. Maybe we'll slip some odd little things in there throughout the week. And if we see any videos from these two, as they both get excited and pumped up. And this is on one of the major holidays in the States. You're representing your country, CJ, on Thanksgiving Eve, the day the Indians brought food to wherever they landed, Plymouth Rock, with the maize and the corn and all that good stuff.
What a day to go down.
But think of it. The number 1 college football team is playing the number 2 football team. There's NFL games. Everybody's going to be watching Gone with the Wind and the Wizard of Oz. I mean, Perry Como taped the Christmas special start to air. The Grinch That Stole Christmas. Charlie Brown and the Damn Twig. Choo Choo Mania. This may be what gets written on my gravestone. God, we got more music in the background. Sounds like a fucking opera. You gonna bring in a choir with you, CJ? You should. You should have like.
I don't need no choir. I'm just trying to remind y'all where the belt's staying. I'm just trying to remind you all where everything that we do here in the United States is about winning. Except for Vietnam, except for Korea, except for the Minnesota Vikings in the Super Bowl. They don't even know what a Super Bowl looks like. Except for Canada in the hockey, they don't know what a Stanley Cup looks like anymore. Wait, what? I don't know why I got into Canada. Sorry about that. But yeah, we're all about winning here, brother. We're gonna win.
I wouldn't start bucking up the judges' trees. That would be my first, because I haven't even announced an event yet, and you may just need that lube in a fucking cactus.
Oh hell, I'll take the cactus, no lube. Fuck it.
All right, boys. Look,
beat that one, Choo Choo Stu. Beat that shit.
We are getting to the end here, so now this time, Al, I'm going to turn it to you real quick. I'm going to go around the table. We're not going to name the show. This is the Choo Choo Mania preview show, so there's no names going on. Al, what are you looking forward to? What are you expecting to see?
I'm going to see 2 guys go at it tooth and nail. Well, and who uses tools? Mr. America. We got Mr. Captain Britain over here. Maybe Carlson may come in and help you. But I think it's going to be a nice, good match. I think that it's going to show talents on both parts. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't wait for Choo Choo Mania. It's going to be epic.
And I'm going to be the nice guy here, folks, because I'm going to tell you the way it is. It's an exciting event because it's something different. We all love Choo Choo Stu. He kind of came in like a stray cat and he never went home, and we're very happy about that. But he is the most interesting man in the world. He comes on with these great stories about OCD neighbors and all these girls he's fucked throughout the years, and we wouldn't have it any other way. He is a legend in podcasting and talk radio. And then we have CJ Ripka from over there at Saloon 7 Studios. Sorry. He does a couple of great shows, Raw and Real and Grit and Grace TV, Ripka Media. We've got 2 legends in the business putting themselves at their mercy for us. And that is a sacrifice that I'm honored to have a front row seat for. And you could too. You just got to come to cavecrewradio.com. CJ, closing comments. You guys will not meet again until you are on the stage for Choo Choo Mania.
Yeah. Let me see. Closing comments. Here's the thing. I'm not afraid of anything. I have gone through the scariest shit. I have walked through the valley of the shadow of death, and I do not fear any Choo Choo Stews because I am the I am. And when I come out next Thursday, Thanksgiving Eve, and I sit right here and go one-on-one with you, let's face it, it's just you. I've got nothing to fear. I got nothing to fear. I used to eat freaking onions like apples. I drink hot sauce like it's beer.
And you may be. I
might be the dumbest son bitch in the world, but I tell you this. When it comes to getting on this mic, when it comes to going up against someone who can barely say Saloon 7 Studios, what the fuck do I got to be afraid of? Shit. It's like freaking an episode of the Smurfs or some shit over there.
All right, you're done. You're done. You can do your post show, all your videos that are coming. I can't wait.
Oh, no. I ain't going to do no more post shows because that's giving the guy credibility. And there is no way in hell this guy deserves any credibility coming out of Saloon 7 Studios.
By the way, though, in the new year, I would like to have Choo Choo Blue on the show.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to get Choo Choo Blue on because
if you haven't trademarked that,
Choo Choo knows what his job is. He really knows his job.
All right, Stu, we're running out of time. You got a few minutes. What do you got to say?
That's okay. Well, we're running out of time, and CJ's obviously running scared and running loose with his mouth. I've got nothing to fear either. I'm just going to go in, do my job, wipe this guy out, show him that England rules the world. England rules the waves. And just going to show him. There's not really a lot to it. He may bathe in onions and bathe in chili sauce.
This is all pointless banter.
Since 1775, man.
I'm gonna
just bring it on. Bring your toolbox if you need to.
Look, we don't need
bring it on. Bring your lube.
Bring your lube. We are ready for Thanksgiving night, November 23rd.
I'll do it now, mate. Bring it on.
9 p.m. Eastern, live right here on CaveCrewRadio.com. Choo Choo Mania. You know, these guys have both. Stu is obviously a host of the show. He's been around a long time. CJ's been on here more than half a dozen times. He knows how we do things. These guys are going to be ready. Al, I want to thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
No problem.
And obviously, you're going to be a big part of this as well. Next week, I'll be talking to you as well. Folks, the time has come. We have to say goodbye. We will see you. And the next time we see you or hear you or whatever we do, it will be Choo Choo Mania. Be there November 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern, live, 6 p.m. Pacific, CaveCrewRadio.com, on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. It'll be one for the ages, and the two participants are both very worthy of this challenge. And I wanted to add, since they both had a lot of experience at what we do, we will be bringing it as well. Until next week, folks.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
All right, that's a wrap.